No, I don't have to do anything for you. I don't even know why you're approaching me. Out of everybody in the store, when I've been in the dressing room, I've looked at everything that I want to.
Oh, that's what you're... All right, we're not going to play that. Just run up against me.
No.
Come on.
Hey, bro, chill.
Stop.
Let me go. Please, sir.
We'll talk about it. Get your feet in, okay?
Will you please? You talk to me with it?
We'll talk about it in a second, but you gotta get your feet in.
I'll do that. But please, sir, I'm having a hard time.
There should not be any warrant. But sir, there should be no warrant for me.
So they can figure it out once you get there.
She insisted she was only trying on clothes. Then police opened the bags, heard her explanation, and found another problem waiting in the system. Police were responding to a sporting goods store in Ohio after employees reported a woman placing merchandise inside bags. According to the employee, her backpack had been empty when she entered the store. When the officer approached, the first request was simply to open it.
Black pigtails, huge backpack. What's she stuff it with? You know where she went? Because I haven't seen her.
It was over here. So when she came in, the backpack was actually open and completely empty. She's been in the fitting room with Nike and Adidas product. Came out, it's absolutely fine.
Manager's asking for you to go over to her golf.
Okay.
Hi. You open up your backpack?
The officer immediately points to merchandise inside the bag. Instead of stopping to explain, the woman turns away, and what could have remained a conversation begins escalating.
Why?
Because you have items in there that don't belong to you?
That's not true.
Okay, well, open up your backpack.
No, I don't have to do anything for you. I don't even know why you're approaching me. Out of everybody in the store, when I've been in the dressing room, I've looked at everything that I want to.
Oh, that's right there. All right, we're not going to play that. Just run up against me directly.
No.
No, come on.
Hey, bro,
Stop.
chill.
Stop.
Hey, let me go. Oh, my hair, bro.
The woman repeatedly asks to put her shoes on and continues, insisting she intended to pay. Officers are now focused on controlling her hands after she moved away and resisted their attempts to stop her.
Stop. Let me pump everything, bro. Stop. Put my shoes on. Let me put my shoes on.
Stop.
Bro, let me put my shoes on.
Stop.
Stop. Please let me put my shoes on.
Stop.
Bro, if you keep pushing me, there's no way we... Stop.
Stop now.
Bro.
Stop. Stop.
Can you please let me go?
No, stop.
Bro, you don't even
Put your
know
hands behind your back.
doing.
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
not even allowed to pay for my stuff.
Stop. Stop.
Y'all tripping. I'm trying to pay for my shit. No. No.
Stop.
Y'all tripping. Y'all not even gonna let me pay for my shit.
No, you put it in your bag.
It's in that bag.
Stop.
Bro, chill out.
Here.
Bro, for real, chill.
Listen, stop right now. You're gonna dump in the face.
Y'all tripping. I
not
can't
gonna
even put
win
my
this.
shoes
Right
on.
I'm telling you right
Can
now.
I at least put my shoes on?
When you're done.
Bro.
I'm trying to be nice right
Hey,
now.
you're not being nice. Y'all don't even know me.
The officer tells her the original incident might have ended with a summons. But according to police, running and resisting changed how the situation would be handled. At this point, they still do not know the full value of everything inside the bags.
What the fuck?
Why did it have to turn into that?
Why did you turn it into that?
You ran from me. Now you're going to go to
Yeah,
jail.
because you're tripping.
Because now you're going to go to jail.
Why do I gotta go to jail?
Because you stole stuff.
I didn't steal anything.
Bag then.
Items that belong to me.
That all belongs to you? It's bagged on
Yes.
it?
Yes. I've been to the register.
Do you have
already.
anything on you that's going to poke me or stick me?
No, sir. Those are what I wanted to pay for. Because it's easier to carry. I don't have a bag.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Let's get it in the car. All right.
Can I get my shoes? One shoe is right there. Can I get it?
We'll get it for you, no.
It's right there. Where's the other one?
I don't know. You're right.
Jack, because you're tripping. You instantly came up to me and started harassing me. The fuck? No, they didn't.
Where's your other shoe at?
I'm looking.
Probably over there somewhere.
I see it.
Why did you have to turn into that?
That's what I want to know.
You were going to go home with a summons.
Okay.
You were going to get a summons for all this.
That'd have been fine.
But if it's over $1,000, look, it might be a felony.
It's not over $1,000.
How much is in there?
I don't know.
It might be.
It's not.
She continues blaming the officer's approach and says her wallet proves she planned to pay. Officers now have multiple bags of merchandise, and they begin checking whether anything else has been concealed.
Might be.
It's not.
What, she had another bag? Oh, that bag.
Yeah, this had the Timberlands in it, ton of hats. I'll have to take a look at that one.
We'll probably have to go with just what she had on her. Did she have that in her hand?
Well, this was on her back. That was on her back. This one is in hand. So
Okay.
both
All right, let's go outside.
Okay, first of all, that's my backpack.
Why did that have to happen?
I don't know. Why did you force it?
Come on. So you're going to steal and then act like it's my fault?
No, I'm tripping on you because you're bugging.
Okay, you're right. Should I just let you steal and walk out of here with a bunch of stuff?
Who said I was walking out with it?
It was in your book bag.
And my wallet is right there. You don't know what was going on.
Her explanation begins shifting from complete denial to financial hardship. Before making a final decision, officers still need statements about what store employees witnessed and how the physical confrontation unfolded.
Alright, wait, come here real quick. I gotta make sure you don't have anything else. Do you have anything else on my
Yes,
file?
I do.
What do you have?
A fucking hoodie in my pants.
Where at?
In my pants. Can I just get a summons? I'm tired of it.
No, not that.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Why you can't just give me a summons? You're chasing. I don't though. If you check, I promise you it's not.
I don't know. Dick's is pretty expensive.
I'm telling you, I don't have over $1,000 worth of stuff. You can check. And if you check, can I please get a summons?
No.
Why not?
If you were cooperating from the very beginning, yes.
But you didn't give me a chance to. You instantly started harassing me like I did something.
Your bag because it's full of stuff that you didn't come in with.
No, you
opened your bag and
didn't.
then it would have been it. You would have got a summons. I guarantee you. If you would have been cooperative with me,
Please,
you
sir,
pulled away and
I
tried to
can't
run from me.
afford to do this. My mom just, on my birthday, I'm just trying to make it ends meet.
Get your feet in.
Please, sir.
We'll talk about it. Get your feet in, okay?
Will you please? You'll
No,
talk
get your
to me
feet
with
in.
it?
We'll talk about it in a second, but you gotta get your feet in.
I'll do that. But please, sir, I'm having a hard time.
The employee says she moved away immediately after the bag was opened and continued pulling her arms away. Investigators then ask an important question, whether anyone saw her being taken to the ground.
Interview you and get what you saw. Sure. So what happened? Let's step back here.
From what point? Like
from the
when
beginning,
she was
like
stuff in her bag. Yeah,
you don't have to go into detail of that. So she was stuffing stuff in her bag.
Called PD the first time they came out, but in and out of fitting room, whatever. So she finally came out. I called PD again. Her bags were stuffed. She obviously put a bunch of stuff in there, and the response was fantastic. You guys came right out, saw her right off the cuff. Said, "Don't bother me. Mind your own business, whatever." And then we found just the Timberlands, the open box of Timberlands. I said, "There's Timberlands in the bag." I opened the bag. She started taking off, knocking into things.
So she was running away from.
Oh yeah, right off. I mean, literally within 30 seconds, just took off.
Fabian described it. He said that she was like dragging him. Was that?
Once they were over to the backside of the women's Nike pad, yeah. I mean, she's not a small individual.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was her with him behind, trying to. Hey, please stop! We need you to stop! She's just having get the fuck away, get off me. But yeah, she was a big girl, so she was, constantly moving and knocking into fixtures and stuff along those lines.
Constantly, actively trying to get away.
Oh yeah,
pulling her arms
100%.
away.
100%.
The witness says he never saw her on the ground. Officers then interview the woman separately, giving her an opportunity to describe what happened in her own words.
100%.
He said that they went to the ground. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was right there.
Can you describe like how they went to the ground? Did you leg sweeper or tackle
No, nothing like that. Actually, when the other officer came in, they finally. Actually, you know what? I don't. When I was over there, the other officer responded, and they were able to get the arms into cuffs and the other bag off. And that's when I went to gather the merchandise. I take that back. Never on the ground that I saw.
So you never saw them on the ground?
No.
And then after she was in handcuffs, nothing else, they just escorted her out there.
Yeah.
This is the first major change in her story. Earlier, she repeatedly said she was trying to pay. Now she acknowledges taking clothes because she wanted money for rent and food.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on today? I cannot hear a thing you're saying.
I just wanted to make some money so I could pay my rent and get some food.
What do you mean make some money so you can pay some rent?
I was taking clothes.
Oh, you're taking clothes to pay for rent? Okay. Well, I'm not really here for that. I'm here because you and the officer got...
She alleges that the officer pulled her hair and pushed her against a wall, but says she was not injured. The interviewer then focuses on the sequence of events and why she moved away instead of stopping.
Some sort of tussle. That's what I'm here for. So can you describe what happened?
Wasn't much. Basically, I tried to run. He grabbed my arm. I got away, and then he pulled me by my hair. My shoes came off, and he started throwing me up against the wall and stuff.
You didn't end up on the ground?
No.
Never ended up on the ground?
No.
Are you injured in any way?
No.
No. Okay. So, you said you started running away. Were you walking away at first?
Yeah.
Was he telling you to stop? Like, come talk to me, anything like that?
I don't think he said come talk to me or anything like that.
You said you were running away. Why didn't you just stop and talk to him?
Because it did make sense to me how they automatically accused me of stealing, and I was in the dressing room the whole time, trying on clothes.
Well, you just told me you were stealing.
I know.
So...
She eventually identifies the sound of handcuffs as the moment she decided to run. That admission becomes central to the allegation that she resisted the officer's attempt to detain her.
You can't
That
be
was after
wrong
the
about the
I'm
correct
not,
assumption.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just like, it's just, why did they have to think that I was stealing? You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering what made them call the police as I'm trying on all the clothes.
Because you were walking around with stuffed bags. It's kind of an indicator. I mean, you had a thing of Timberlands. How do you conceal Timberlands?
I just put those in the bag before they walked through the door.
Well, you get what I'm saying. You had a bunch of stuff. All right, so let me get this straight. They went to talk to you. You started running away.
No, I walked.
Oh, you walked at first?
Yeah.
And then you said, well, the first time you said you ran. When did you
No,
start
I
running?
said I walked first. And then I ran.
Okay. What happened that led you to start running?
Hearing the sounds of the cuffs.
Hearing the sounds of the cuffs, and that's what made you run?
She reports no injuries and makes no additional allegation about what happened after the handcuffs were applied. Officers then return to the merchandise and receive the total from store staff.
Did you hear him telling you anything at any point, like stop?
I don't remember.
So you started to run when you heard the cuffs. He grabbed you by your hair and pushed you into a wall?
Yeah.
But you didn't go to the ground? Okay. You say you don't have any injuries?
No, sir.
All right. Once you were on the ground, did they do anything to you other than put you in handcuffs?
No, sir.
No? All right. Anything else that I didn't ask that you feel is important for me to know about the interaction between...
The recovered merchandise inside the bags is valued at $1,997. That number shows the scale of what police and store employees were dealing with. But another issue is about to change the situation again.
It probably is. Okay. What's the total dollar amount?
$1,997.
Okay.
I don't know what that does.
That's just the stuff that's in her book bag?
That's not in the carton. It's just the stuff in the 2 bags and the 1 bag.
Okay, what about the hoodie?
I didn't find the hoodie because she said it was in the pants.
Oh, I'll let you off.
Police say their system shows a separate warrant involving resisting arrest along with a traffic warrant. The woman insists she was told she had no active warrants and asks officers to explain where the warrant came from.
Am I getting a summons, sir?
So I would have, but the problem is you have another resisting arrest warrant.
What are you talking about?
Pair of.
A warrant?
Yes, you have a warrant for resisting.
For what?
For resisting arrest.
Where?
Today.
You said what?
Resisting arrest.
For where?
Hold on a second.
She says she believed no warrant should exist, but also acknowledges missing a court appearance that same day. Officers tell her the issue will have to be resolved after she is transported.
I really don't understand why I have a warrant. My PRO told me I don't have any warrants. Why do I have a warrant for?
Alright, your bag and your wallet are going in the car, okay?
Alright, yes, but I'm serious. My PO told me I didn't have any
I will. Let me put this in your car first, okay?
Because, sir, I've been to jail every time they took me. I've never not got away. And I promise you that. There should not be any warrant. But, sir, there should be no warrant for me.
So they can figure it out once you get there.
Which one are you taking me to?
Summit County. So I wanted to give you a summons with the fact that you have...
I shouldn't have a warrant. I haven't done anything. The last time I got arrested, they took me both to Summit Jail and to Canton.
You must have missed a court date.
I missed today. And they told me I wouldn't have a warrant for my arrest until next Friday.
Okay.
And that was for out in Canton.
It was in Canton?
Yes.
Okay.
So what are they talking about? I don't have no warrants.
It's coming up that you have a warrant for resisting arrest and you have a traffic warrant.
Yeah, they already got me for that.
According to the closing summary in the available transcript, the woman was taken into custody and charged with shoplifting and resisting arrest. The transcript does not show the final court disposition. What began as a reported store theft escalated through the loaded bags, her attempt to get away, her changing explanation, and the discovery of an outstanding warrant.
They got me for that, put me in jail, and instantly they sent me off to Canton.
It says you have a resisting arrest warrant out of Akron.
That's what I'm talking about. They caught me down here in Akron, and then I stayed a night in Akron, and then they said they didn't want me. They took me out to Canton.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you, was it this year?
In the end, it was not one hidden item that defined this encounter. It was the full story revealed one answer at a time.